शिवराज सिंह चौहान जो जिनको आप सब लोग मामा जी कहते हैं, उन्होंने एक लाडली बहना योजना शुरू की थी। उसका कितना लाभ मिलता है आपको? मिलता है कुछ पैसा आता है?
हमें नहीं मिला, बिल नहीं मिला। हाँ।
तो मिले
नहीं
अपन पेंशन मिलेगी
तो अभी तो मिला ही नहीं।
तो अभी नहीं मिली, तुमने फॉर्म नहीं भरा होगा।
अभी सब कुछ कर रहा है।
अच्छा, आपको नहीं
नहीं मिली,
आपको अभी तक पैसे नहीं
नहीं
मिले
मिली,
पर आपको मिला है।
हमें सब मिल रहा है, पेंशन मिल रही है हमरे कहा जी, और ये लाडली बहना नहीं मिल रहा है पैसा।
आपको जी मिल रहा है लाडली बहना?
हमें 600 रुपया मिल रहा है।
कितने आते हैं?
1250।
1250 आते हैं। और आप लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट में आते हैं?
जी।
अच्छा, बीच में ये बात कही गई थी कि वो 1250 रुपए जो है वो बढ़ा दिए जाएंगे, तो आपको इस बारे में उम्मीद है कि बढ़ जाएगा या इतने में
तो
खुश हैं?
पहले 1000 आया, 1200 हो गए।
नहीं अब लगता तो नहीं है कि बढ़ पाएंगे।
आपको नहीं लगता?
नहीं।
पर आपको उम्मीद है कि बढ़ना चाहिए?
बढ़ना चाहिए मगर अब देखते हैं क्या होता है।
अच्छा, ये जो पैसा आपके अकाउंट में आता है, महिलाओं के खाते में पैसा आता है, तो इससे कितना फर्क पड़ जाता है?
तब में पेंशन मिला ही कहाँ निकेश के दम
आपको मिला ही नहीं है?
है मिलेगा।
नहीं, बहुत मिल रही भाई, 600 रुपया
मिल रहा है, तो उससे कितना फर्क पड़ जाता है? उस 600 रुपए से क्या करती हैं?
आप कछु भी कर लो, अपना जर्दा सुपारी खा ले, अपनी मोड़ी आ गई तो मोड़ी की साड़ी दिवा दें, ब्लाउज दिवा दी, और जो काम हो
तो पेंशन तो मिले।
तो आपको इन कामों के लिए फिर घर में जो भी मर्द हैं आपके आपके उनसे मांगना पड़ता है?
हाँ वो घर मार दीजिएगा और कौन
उनसे मांगना पड़ता है? हाँ? अच्छा,
बहू है जी।
CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
Viewers, thank you for watching The Hard Facts. We are coming live from CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio. Viewers, if Phase 1 was deemed the trickiest for the BJP, then Phase 2 should ordinarily pose no hurdles for the Saffron Party. This is because the Congress had all but collapsed in Phase 2 seats in 2019. And those numbers will be on your screens. Then the Congress only won 18 seats. Yes, 18 out of 88. In fact, across Phase 2 seats, the Congress party's share of seats has dipped by 19 seats or 50% over a decade since 2009. So across all these seats from 2009, the Congress had only won, viewers, 37 seats in its entire history out of 88. This is bad news for it, particularly when one considers that in 2019 of the 18 seats it holds over Phase 2, a large number, 16 to be precise, were won from only Kerala. Kerala it won those 16. 16 out of 18 come from Kerala. That of course includes Rahul Gandhi's seat in Wayanad. You remove Kerala and the Congress is down to 2. On the other hand, in 2019, the BJP had contested 72 out of a total of 88 seats that will go to the polls in Phase 2. It won 52 of the 72 seats. That's a whopping 74% conversion rate. Besides, in 56 of these seats, including the 4 it lost, the BJP had a vote share of more than 40%. So it is very dominant. But Indian voters, viewers are famously inscrutable, and they've lived up to their reputation this time around too by demonstrating a marked reluctance to come out and vote in Phase 1. Look at the numbers for yourselves. Turnout trouble in Tamil Nadu, drop of 2.7%. Uttar Pradesh, a drop of 5.5%. That's huge. Uttarakhand, almost 5%. Maharashtra, very minimal, because that is a very hotly contested, messy, frenetic election. Rajasthan, 6.3% viewers. The voters are just not coming out. Bihar, 4.3%. Very political state, Bihar, even there. Though one has to say that Bihar has been under the national average for the last 2 elections also. West Bengal, viewers, 2.9%. Not much of a dip. and it can of course recover. It's a lengthy election there. All 7 phases will have some seats in Bengal going to the polls. The no-shows are surprising as 2024 clash had been billed by the contenders as the most consequential election in a decade. Political party tacticians and political pundits don't quite know what to make of it. Did people not vote enthusiastically because the result is foretold? Did they absent themselves because while they're enamored with Modi, they're disaffected enough with its party's performance to want to send a silent message of protest? But then some ask, wouldn't sulking voters have sent a clearer message by turning up and pressing the nota button? Others attribute the cop-out in phase 1 to the scorching heat and the harvest season. But then why didn't the very same factors depress turnouts in 2019 and 2014? There are no simple answers. Naturally, leaving nothing to chance, the Modi campaign has gone for broke. In the last week, right from the day phase 1 ended, Modi has ratcheted up the rhetoric. Most notable are Modi's polarizing speeches on Congress party's alleged, quote, anti-Hindu manifesto, unquote, that according to the Prime Minister is designed to, quote, loot Mangal Sutras, unquote, and hand them over to those with more than, quote, 3 children, unquote. Was Modi playing the Hindu card to rally the BJP's base around Hindutva tropes in an election without any one single issue? And then just as the shell-shocked opposition complained to the Election Commission about what they termed as Modi's bigotry, the Prime Minister proceeded to shake the urban middle class out of its ennui. In a stump speech, he alleged that the Congress was planning to redistribute public wealth by conducting surveys and imposing an inheritance tax. He was, of course, referring to Sam Pitroda, the self-professed and designated patron of the Congress party. Again, the Prime Minister hinted at minorities corralling the lion's share. Some experts are viewing the Prime Minister's barb-firing spree as a sign of panic. Public-facing grandiose claims of "Ab ki baar 400 par" aside, the prospect of a lukewarm turnout is no doubt bothering the BJP. While the extent of concern in BJP ranks is debatable, the saffron outfit is aware that its core voter needs to be galvanized into action, and if the statistics are to be believed, this is urgently required in phase 2 itself. Despite the BJP's dominance in 2019 across phase 2, 88 seats, there are several seats where the BJP eked out a win with the slimmest of margins. And again, viewers, I'm going to show you data. I'm not talking in the air. Hard facts. These slimmest margins were in 7 seats. Meerut, Nagaon in Assam, Kanker in Chhattisgarh, Chamarajanagar and Tumkur in Karnataka, Alapura and Palakkad in Kerala. According to widely published Election Commission data in a recent media report, the BJP won Chamarajanagar, Meerut and Kanker by only 0.14%, 0.39% and 0.6% irrespectively in the last elections. A low turnout fueled by complacent BJP voters could throw open the contest in these 7 seats. Aside from these 7 seats, if the BJP is to score a thumping majority, then it must retain its 19 safe seats where it won in 2009, 14 and 19 in this phase. But more importantly, the BJP needs to get its voters out in 24 swing seats, viewers. These are seats that the BJP has only won twice since 2009. Lok Sabha poll. A number of these swing seats are in Karnataka. In the 2019 contest, the BJP all but swept Karnataka's 28 seats. It got 25, I think. But this time, the BJP is a divided house in Karnataka and is up against a resurgent Congress that had wrested the state from the BJP in the 2023 assembly election. With the momentum against it, the BJP is desperately in need of an issue, preferably one with polarizing potential. Could the gruesome murder of a young Hindu woman at the hands of a Muslim man be that issue? The BJP immediately pounced upon the murder of Neha Hirimat, declaring it an act of, quote, love jihad, unquote, and accused the Congress of not taking a stand because of its dependence on Muslim votes. The BJP is seeing the murder as just the latest in a series of incidents. The Rameshwaran cafe blast triggered by Islamists and the chanting of pro-Pak slogans in the premises of the state legislature by Congress leaders, where radical Muslims emboldened by a coddling Congress administration think they can act with impunity. It is anyone's guess whether Neha Hiremat's murder will consolidate the Hindu vote, but there is anecdotal evidence to suggest it has struck a chord. Setbacks in Karnataka for the BJP will have a spillover effect in some pockets of Maharashtra, Telangana and Madhya Pradesh. A poor show in Karnataka will also be a verdict on the Modi wave or the lack of one. This analysis also holds true for Maharashtra, where 8 out of 48 seats will see a contest in phase 2. Most analysts are convinced that Maharashtra and Karnataka hold the keys to the 2024 election result. Phase 2 then could be where the seeds of the next Lok Sabha are being sown. Viewers, let's ask some basic questions tonight of some of our very well researched analysts and of course impressive political interlocutors. Now I want to begin with you, Shekhar Iyer, first. I'm sorry I took a little bit of time in setting the stage. But Mr. Iyer, you've seen many elections. This one is markedly different from at least the last 3 where turnout seems to be depressed. That is a challenge. Do you believe that the Hindu vote for the BJP holds the key to the outcome of phase 2? It's a straightforward question.
Well, I mean, the whole problem is this Hindu vote is ever changing in character. And that is why you see continuously BJP faces challenge. I have always believed that BJP has to continuously win every election. Otherwise, the narrative can go against it. That's the kind of pressure that is there on the BJP ever since it came to power in 2014, whether it is assembly elections or Lok Sabha elections. Now, the whole thing is, over a period, BJP had managed to secure the support of a large section of the other backward classes voters. But that is a section that Rahul Gandhi has been focusing for the last couple of years. I mean, right from his first yatra, then followed by the second yatra. Then this talk of, doing justice, whole focus on delivering justice. These are the things which BJP has definitely taken it very seriously. See, if you look at it, the way of commentary, you may think that the BJP is probably laughing it out or dismissing it. But in real terms, in terms of the kind of impact it could make, the BJP has taken it very seriously. So today the problem is, apart from the challenge posed by the weather condition across India, particularly in the second phase, and Weather Office also warning of a heat wave. The whole problem is that there are 2 problems. One, there are a core supporters of BJP who feel that anyway Modi is coming back and who could be, bit indifferent to voting. That's a problem that the Prime Minister has often flagged in most of his speeches. And the second problem is, of course, since so much attempt is being made and the fact that the Congress is trying to put minorities along with OBCs, because in every breath it talks about affirmative action, or it talks of, increasing the ceiling on quota. It includes minorities along with OBCs. So therefore, you can see how the BJP as well as the Prime Minister is focusing on the fact that you cannot mix these 2 groups, OBC and minorities. Because if you say all the time they speak in one breath, SC, ST, OBC in one breath, and minorities, which has been added now. Therefore, you are seeing a strong rhetoric by the Prime Minister, as well as by every campaign that is being undertaken by the BJP, as well as by the Congress. See, Congress started out with saying, by throwing a big bombshell, saying that BJP is out to end all reservation. BJP is out to end all affirmative action. And BJP may tinker with the constitution to such an impact that you cannot think of quota again. So there has been a lot of attempt to, give a kind of a narrative which definitely is not based on reality. And I will not blame one side or the other side, but definitely this election has seen a lot of the campaign issues which are not based on facts. And I mean, there has been a free run in this score, Rahul. That is why in the complaints before Election Commission, both sides are saying that the other side is not using facts. In fact, even BJP has written to the Election Commission on the Congress attempt on this itself, that lot of things, even its ads are focusing on things which are not based on facts. That is a kind of campaign we are seeing this time. I don't think it was that bad in 2019 and definitely not in 2014.
Well, I think they need to appear more on hard facts. Otherwise, there will be hardly any facts. Charu Pragya, let me ask you a straightforward question here. Look, whichever way you cut it, there is no doubt that there was an attempt to polarize this election, and it began from the very top. The lead campaigner of the Bharatiya Janata Party, notice has been sent now by the Election Commission also on some complaints that have been made to both parties, both the Congress and the BJP president. So, for a moment, let's accept this. Now, I want to ask you, why are we seeing this polarization, this falling back on polarization rhetoric? Is this a sign of nervousness? What is it a sign of? Something going wrong in Rajasthan? Perhaps your expectations in Uttar Pradesh have been dealt a reality check. Remember, in the last phase, there were a number of seats that were not with you in phase 1 in UP. And you tried to sort of minimize that damage by getting the RLD across. Has that not worked? Was your perhaps expectation from Tamil Nadu, etc., not up to scratch? What is it? Explain.
Rahul, a very good evening to you. Let's make one thing clear. In these elections, the way Bharatiya Janata Party is contesting is in a way where we are talking about a vision for the future of this country, Vision 2047, like Modi ji says, ek Viksit Bharat ka vision, and a report card of the last 10 years. We are talking facts, we are talking numbers, we are talking about delivery, we are talking about Pakki Chhat, we are talking about Nal Se Jal, we are talking about LPG cylinders, electrification in every single village, an increased rate, a 3 times increased rate of building highways, double the number of airports. Every single developmental parameter has been taken care of, and that's why we are winning these elections. Now I am going to quote what our Home Minister had said about getting more alliance partners. Alliances are based on a shared vision. If more people want to share our vision of Viksit Bharat, why not? What is wrong with that? And lastly and finally, we are not the ones who are doing any kind of a polarization. Why was the topic of polarization not raised when DMK was abusing Sanatan Dharma? Not just Sanatan Dharma, every single Hindu. Why was this topic not raised when the sitting Chief Minister of Telangana, newly elected, was comparing the DNA of North and South Indians? Why was this not raised when a former Prime Minister could talk about shared assets of the country going first to the Muslims, to the minorities, and us quoting the former Prime Minister makes it polarizing? Now this is the problem. This is the problem. This prism vision which has developed in the opposition, where they refuse to see the fact that they have not delivered, where they refuse to see the fact that forget about delivery, they cannot even be bothered about visiting their constituencies, where they are the ones who have to change their constituencies every single election because they're not sure of winning. They are an opposition which 1 year ago started a bogey of a united opposition called India Alliance, whatever they wanted to call it. One person from the opposition was going to be contesting against one candidate of the Bharatiya Janata Party. What is the end result on ground? Mamta Didi is on one side, not contesting. Aam Aadmi Party is issuing statement after statement against the Congress. In Kerala, Rahul Gandhi himself is contesting against a left candidate. So every single bogey they have tried to float to bring this election down and to turn it around slightly in their favor has also gone bad.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is that ab ki baar 400 par is not a mere coincidence, Rahul. It is based on a government which is intent on only delivering, and people understand that. People don't want to listen to a leader who every day comes up with a new scheme. Kabhi wealth redistribution ki baat ho rahi hai, kabhi he does not understand the difference between Shakti and good Shakti, bad Shakti. We need to frankly rise above politics like that, and that is what the people of India are doing.
Okay, well, to some extent, Tehseen Poonawalla, Dr. Chaudhary, let me come to you. It's not just the Prime Minister that can be accused of polarizing. There are several instances of the Congress polarizing on caste lines, class lines, giving from one, taking from the other. You know how that is being played out. There's also, of course, religious lines. Charu Pragya has mentioned a couple of examples, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, we know all of that. So the outbursts that greeted the Prime Minister recently was, or the outrage rather, that greeted the Prime Minister when he made a slightly risque remark, was absent. So Tehseen, I'll just come out to you in 30 seconds. I just want Dr. Chaudhary to put this in perspective. Look, Dr. Chaudhary, while we can say that the opposition has indulged in polarizing along caste, class and religious lines, it's a fact. The Prime Minister has also done it in this phase, or at least before this phase. That was out of character actually. And I think the next day he went out of his way to also allay the fears of the minorities by saying, no, I've done a lot of work for you, I've included you, this, that. There was a slight backpedaling, and then he never went back to that remark that he made. Why is he feeling the need? Do you think there's panic?
नमस्कार। देखिए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर पैनिक में बोले हैं या क्या कारण से बोले हैं, ये तो भाजपा के प्रवक्ता हैं, बहुत बेहतर जवाब देंगे। लेकिन जहां तक हम समझते हैं कि टर्नआउट का सवाल है, मैं कुछ फैक्ट्स बताना चाहूंगा। टर्नआउट के मामले में भारत के इतिहास में, चुनावी इतिहास में ऐसे 4 मौके आए हैं जब टर्नआउट घटा है। 1957, पंडित नेहरू वाज प्राइम मिनिस्टर, second Lok Sabha election was happening and turnout decreased and Pandit Nehru won the election. Second opportunity, 1971, Indira Gandhi not only won election, in fact, India won against Pakistan. However, 6% turnout came down. Third occasion, 1980, again 4% turnout decreased. Even then, Congress party got majority. Again you have Vajpayee government. In 1999, Kargil war happened, but Vajpayee got elected with decreased turnout. So this is about turnout.
Even though there were such important pivotal events
Exactly.
that could have galvanized the nation.
Exactly.
There was the 1971 war, Kargil. Despite that, turnout was low,
Yes.
and these individuals came back. So
Yes.
low turnout doesn't mean.
So why Prime Minister is worried? I don't know.
Okay.
Second point, as far as the fact is concerned, I must tell you, historical fact, if we see 89 seats, and calculation is that BJP got 53 seats in 2019, NDA got 65 seats, and interestingly, if you minus Kerala, then it becomes 69, and out of 69, BJP got 53 and NDA got 65. Do you know the percentage strike rate? NDA got 94%, BJP got 70%. Now the question is, from where Congress will get? Again, I am coming to another fact. In Karnataka, Tanveer Ahmed, correct me, please correct me, sir. Last time BJP got 25. One Suman Lata ji, one JDS, one Congress. JDS has alliance with BJP. Suman Lata has joined Congress. And third seat, that is a great seat. This time, Dr. Ranjunath is contesting from rural Bengaluru, and DK's brother will be defeated. This is my prediction. So what I want to say, even in Karnataka, perhaps Congress may not open its account.
Okay.
And as far as Bihar is concerned, I will say, out of 5, 4 seats JDU. Only one Kishanganj seat is for our Congress.
In this particular phase.
Exactly, second
Okay.
phase.
So even here, there's a preponderance of seats that were won by the NDA. But this time many people are saying that the JDU has come back, Nitish Kumar has lost a lot of political capital by doing this vote fast. Would you agree with that?
No, I don't agree. Because, again, I am giving you historical facts. In 2019, only 3 alliance partners in Bihar. BJP, JDU, LJP. How many seats they got? 39 out of 40. This time, they have 5 partners. Majhi, RLSP. From where they will not get vote. So I doubt, except Kishanganj, BJP or NDA will perform best.
Okay, so this bogey of low turnout meaning unpopularity. One second, Tanveer Ahmed.
Can I just add one quick statement, please?
Yeah, okay.
Historically, it is believed that it is a sign of pro-incumbency when the voter turnout is low. Everybody is comfortable where they are. But that being said, BJP is still a cadre-based party. We know our people have voted. We have a
so let me ask you, Tehseen Poonawalla, that's the problem.
But it's just more good news for Bharatiya Janata Party.
Okay, that's the problem. The statistics, history shows that low turnouts is not the reason for the Prime Minister to have made those remarks. I think these were made in response to the attempt by the Congress to polarize, says Charu Pragya, and she has put her facts out there. There have been instances you cannot deny, and then of course you have had on the class polarization issue, the declared mentor of the Congress party, Sam Pitroda. You were here yesterday on the show and you have tweeted yourself saying that this was a disastrous statement to be made, and I'm sure you've seen some of the editorials in line with what I was saying yesterday. So Tehseen Poonawalla, you cannot hang the Prime Minister for responding in the same tone and tonality as the Congress has been, or the DMK, or Mr. Revanth Reddy has been, polarizing, etc., etc. He just took a leaf out of your book to show the mirror to you.
Thank you, Rahul. Good evening.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, Rahul. Thank you. Good evening, Rahul. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And you're right on a couple of things. And compliments to Charu. She is the best lady spokesperson the BJP does have. So she has put the facts out. But here's the problem.
Why didn't you tell me this earlier? I would have brought her on many more times.
I've told you this off camera also. So yeah, okay. I have. So the fact is, look, if the Prime Minister is head and shoulders above everybody else, which we all believe he is, right? You believe it, I believe it, and even if he's a political opponent, we believe that it is a Modi election. That's what it is marketed as. Then should the Prime Minister stoop down? Let's take what you're saying as a gospel to what our Chief Minister says or a Deputy Chief Minister said. So shouldn't he set the agenda? Let's ask ourselves the first question. Somebody has to take a lead. Now, surely, say your reporter, your beat reporter, your stringer does something wrong. You, Rahul, as an editor or as a former editor, as an anchor, I can't hold you to the same standard as a stringer. And I say, look, because stringer does it, it's justified. Rahul Shivshankar is. There's a difference. The Prime Minister is. It's a Modi election, for or against Modi. Then shouldn't Modi ji be doing that? That's number one. Number two, there's a difference between what Sam Pitroda said, and I don't support what Sam said. I think he's a disaster. I think every time Sam opens his mouth, Congress loses a few votes. I'm very clear on this. I don't mince my words. But the fact of the matter is, Sam asked for a debate on it. You can agree, disagree, and you rightly exposed him. So did Jayant Sinha, so did Arun Jaitley ji. They asked for a debate. Asking for a debate is one thing. Nothing wrong in asking for a debate. Saying that I will chinofy women's Mangal Sutras and give it to Ghuspetiyas or jinke 6 bachche the doesn't behove the Prime Minister of the greatest country in the world. That is not called for. I give the Prime Minister credit. After that, he didn't repeat it. But the damage was done. The damage was completely done. And if the Prime Minister is so confident that he's crossing 400 seats, why does he need to do this? The only reason he needs to do this is because Rajasthan is completely turned out against what they expected. Tamil Nadu was a disaster. You all were giving them 5 seats. Now the Tamil Nadu state president is saying, oh, our 1 lakh votes were taken off. He's in panic. They know out of these 102 seats, nothing is coming. They've now got reports that Uttar Pradesh, where they were expected to do extremely well, isn't quite working out for them. These 8 seats, they've again not done well. In fact, if Charu would have contested from Bagpat, I'm making this very clear, they would have won. Giving that ticket to RLD was a disaster, was a complete disaster. Had Jayant contested, maybe they would have done well. It was a disaster. He's not winning the RLD candidate, Dr. Saab. So now they're in panic. And it is in panic that this reaction is coming out. This reaction is causing the BJP to make mistakes. Now, what is the Congress talking about?
Well, Tehseen Poonawalla, 1 second. If you really want to scare the BJP voter and get him to come out, you've done a fantastic job. Your clip should go viral because the cadre will definitely say, okay, we have to prove Tehseen Poonawalla wrong. You're doing a fantastic job on behalf of the Prime Minister without polarizing. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Last quick point, and I want to open this up. Yeah.
Yeah. One last quick point. Look, I am making it absolutely clear. Please read my lips. There will be a caste census when the Congress comes to power. There is no polarization in that. And the reason this caste census will happen...
What about the socio-economic census?
So viewers understand. When they did the caste survey in Bihar, they realized, the Congress realized, for example, some Brahmins in Bihar are poorer off than Muslims and Dalits. So the caste census will ensure that the government jobs and government resources go to the poorest of the poor. Read my lips, it will happen.
Okay,
No pause on earth.
I love the way you are saying it will happen.
no,
It has
I-
happened
can
in
I just
Karnataka.
disagree?
It has happened in Karnataka, but the Congress
And it
is
will be
sitting.
implemented.
But the Congress is sitting on the report. You know why, viewers?
They will not release it.
They will not release. Tanveer
it.
Ahmed, I want to ask you, caste census is happening. Caste is a thing. We are going to spread the loaves and fish of office and the state, etc. We are going to do social justice. So, bhaiya, Karnataka. In Karnataka, you have the caste census. You've done the caste census. Where is the caste census? Why isn't it out in Karnataka? Instead, the biggest issue there right now is Neha Hiremat. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Let me answer that question. Rahul, it is very well said by Dr. Rajendra Prasad that politicking is done for next general election, politics is done for next generation. And we all know that the kind of language the Honorable Prime Minister is using, it is nothing but sheer politicking, which is not expected out of a Prime Minister. And in the history of Indian Prime Ministers, nobody has spoken such language for the first time, which is demeaning the position of the Prime Minister. Now let me really speak about the caste census. What is happening here? Today, we all know the Vakkaliga belt. After Mr. H.D. Kumaraswamy and Devegowda considered the Chief Minister's post, the Vakkaligas have really reposted their entire confidence with D.K. Shivakumar saying that he is our figure. And when we talk about the Lingayat leadership, the entire Lingayat seers, the pontiffs, the heads of the ashrams are coming openly against the BJP and saying that they were being totally disaster. Now let's really speak about Kurbas. We all know who is the man who is really talking about Kurbas, SCs, STs, minorities. Now even if at all you are taking small castes here in Karnataka, BJP has totally lost their faces and JDS has absolutely lost their face long back. Caste census, D.K. Shivakumar very specifically said it was not done in a way it has to be done. Once the rectification is going to be done, we would definitely table it out. Now, let's really speak about the election.
Ahmed, sorry
Don't you think, one second, let me answer. You gave enough time to Charu. She is also my favorite spokesperson. You gave her enough time. Let me also really speak, please. It is my chance, it's my opportunity. One way Mr. Prime Minister is speaking that language, and here is Rahul Gandhi who is saying that we are not really worried about 25 rich people, we want every Indian to have 1 lakh rupee in their account. Here he is speaking 400 rupees for every laborers. Here he is saying that we need to really reduce the gas prices. Here Rahul Gandhi is saying that we need to provide employment. The first employment after your graduation would be taken care by the government. Here is a man who is speaking about progress, he is speaking about future. Look, and here is the Prime Minister who is speaking about Hindus and Muslims. Hindus and Muslims.
Substantiate that point. How can you, look, hang on. In every stump speech that the Prime Minister has made, one second. You see, where was this outrage when the DMK came out and polarized and abused Hindus, left, right and centre, and the Supreme Court had to step in and point them in the right direction? Where was this outrage, sir?
Rahul,
did the Congress walk out? Did your party walk out of the alliance?
When DMK did,
today, sir, there is a situation in Karnataka where in the legislative assembly
the gentleman came and apologized.
There are people who are chanting pro-Pakistan
today,
slogans.
during the time, every single man in Congress have really conducted such a way that people have reposted their confidence in Congress.
Okay. Charu Pragya wants to come in. Yes.
Right. Now, let's make one thing very clear. What you are considering polarizing is basically an issue of safety. When we talk about Neha, Rahul, we cannot forget that this was a woman who was attacked while she was in college. She was a Congress leader's daughter. She couldn't be protected. There was a bomb blast at a time where India is proudly saying that we are cutting down on terrorism to such an extent. We have a zero tolerance policy. The government
Charu, when both the people were arrested by CID within 24 hours when people were not arrested, within 24 hours when people got arrested, now you are really
let's put things in.
I'll have to lower your fader, sir. I'm giving you 3.
No, let us put things in perspective.
2, 3.
Was that
lower fader?
No, I am putting things in perspective.
Yeah. Make your point. Yeah. Make your point.
It is important. If a woman is not safe, it is important. It is a question of safety. Bharatiya Janata Party winning in Uttar Pradesh is because of safety. It is because, and you can go and take thousands of testimonials in every corner of Uttar Pradesh. Women, their families will tell you that safety is a major concern. That major concern has been hit in the state of Karnataka, ruled by the Congress Party. I'll tell you what other concern has been hit. You're talking about distributing money. Do you know where that money is going to come from? You announce a free scheme for bus rides for women. It's costing 6,000 crore per year. 6,000 crore per year. Do you really think that when you come back to the center asking for more money, and you've done that, every single state where you've had a stake, you've come running to the center asking for money to feed whatever policies you have announced at the time of trying to win an election. You can't meet your promises. And it's so easy to promise the sun and the moon and the stars. Last 30 seconds. You promised the sun and the moon and the stars because you're not even getting 20 seats. And lastly, let me tell you that you can negate what Sam Pitroda said. Fine, please negate it. But he only elaborated on the statement made by Rahul Gandhi. It was Rahul Gandhi who talked about redistribution of wealth. What was the reason to talk about that? Otherwise, why should we go to school?
He talked about a socio-economic survey.
If everybody is going to...
He talked about socio-economic survey, not just a caste survey. So Tehseen Poonawalla, there was... One second. 1 minute. Okay, done. 1 minute. 1 minute, Charu Pragya, 1 second. You know, Tehseen Poonawalla and Mr. Shekhar Iyer. Look, there is a lot of mythicization about what Rahul Gandhi has said. Suddenly, we are only beginning to focus on the caste survey. Their own manifesto, Shekhar Iyer talks about a socio-economic survey of institutions. What does that mean?
No, you see, the Congress manifesto has to be read along with what Rahul Gandhi has been saying. See, the theme of the Congress manifesto this time is about redistribution of assets. You call it assets or wealth, that is the theme. And you can see that there is a lot of focus on equity. So there is one point which is coming out is affirmative action. There is another point which talks of raising that 50% ceiling which the Supreme Court imposed on quota. Then there is a third point where it says very specifically that Congress will encourage the minorities and to take full advantage of opportunities. That will include from education to sports. That's very specific. And then it talks of, there is a point 6 where the Congress says it will ensure minorities get a fair share.
How do you ensure? The word is ensure. How do you ensure? It is not that we are proposing. You will ensure. How do you ensure? Tehseen Poonawalla. Obviously through redistribution.
Yes. But not redistribution of personal wealth, redistribution of government jobs.
Are you kidding us?
Allow me. No, I'll explain to you. Give me the opportunity, let the viewers here. Redistribution through government jobs and government resources.
No.
That does not mean taking. That does not mean
why do you need to carry out a Why do you need to carry out a survey, sir? A socio-economic survey. What are you determining?
I'll answer that. Let your viewers get the answer. It's a fair question. Allow me to answer it. Because, like I said, from the state where Chaudhary Saab comes, Bihar, Brahmins are more poorer than Dalits and Muslims. So you have to do a socio-economic survey and give them the government resources.
Sorry. Now you have started talking about the socio-economic survey when I pointed it out. Otherwise, you were talking about the caste survey. Look at the way the goalpost is quickly shifted. Look, viewers, I've run out of time. The next debate is very, very interesting and I want to quickly transition to it. Dr. Chaudhary, please stay on. I just want to quickly move into this. We are now being told, viewers, that Rahul Gandhi may contest the Lok Sabha elections from Amethi after the polling concludes in Kerala's Wayanad on Friday. It's obvious that he was only going to ever announce whether he was going to contest from Amethi after Wayanad, because there have been questions asked of him in Wayanad by the voters saying that, look, if you were to win tomorrow, Amethi, would you give up Wayanad? That question has never been answered. Now we have Akhilesh Yadav, who has come out and pretty much confirmed that Rahul Gandhi will be, in fact, contesting from Amethi. Then we are being told that the grand old party may field his sister Priyanka Gandhi from Rai Bareli, the seat vacated by their mother Sonia Gandhi earlier this year after she entered the Rajya Sabha citing ill health. Now, according to sources, the final decision for the two Uttar Pradesh constituencies will be taken after April 26th. Their nomination are likely to be filed next week. But viewers, we are also being told that just before these important announcements are made. Remember, these are the only 2 or 3 seats where the Congress hasn't still announced its candidate in Uttar Pradesh. So obviously there was a reason. We are now being told that the 2 Gandhi scions will be travelling to Ayodhya to pay their respects at the Ram Mandir there. And many people are beginning to pose certain questions. And these questions, viewers, are once again direct questions. That this is sham devotion, that this is time to a poll run. You boycott it. You boycotted the Pran Pratishtha, and now to send out signals to Hindu voters, you have opportunistically fallen back on Lord Ram. Ram Bharose, it is being said. Let's open this up. Is this a valid charge? Tehseen Poonawala. Okay, I think we've lost him. Can we get him back? Yes, okay. So that's a fundamental question, viewers. But Charu Pragya, what is the problem if the 2 Gandhis decide to go a few days before their election to worship at the Ram temple in Ayodhya? What is the big deal? Why are you calling them Chunavi Hindus? People can go whenever they want.
Yes, and they can go any time in the 5 years between 2 elections. But they choose to never do that, Rahul. They do it only when elections are overhead, and multiple people must have pointed it out to them that they should go and get darshan. And they do it in a very weird, funny, unnatural manner. They took Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra through Uttar Pradesh. Did they stop by in Ayodhya? They could have done that. They could have had darshan. They could have stopped by near the Ram Mandir. They chose not to. They were invited for the Pran Pratishtha ceremony of Bhagwan Sri Ramji. Did they choose to go for that? No. They actually boycotted it. In fact, we conducted several debates on that. Today, the fact is that when a pastor in Kerala talks about Shakti not being the right form of good or our God in the country, Rahul Gandhi sits there and nods. He makes a statement which degrades Shakti Ma.
Okay.
That is the way he operates. But when he feels there could be 5 more votes to gather by going to a temple, they queue up and they go there. Why should we not call them Chunavi Hindus? They were the ones who actually denied the very existence of Bhagwan Sri Ram. Let them go for darshan. Bhagwan Ji ka dil bahut bada hai. He'll be forgiving for them also.
Let me
but
bring
getting darshan actually does
bring
not
in the
mean
optics
anything
here.
more for them politically.
What are the optics, Shekhar Iyer? Why are the Gandhi siblings suddenly deciding after a certain point in this entire electioneering process to come out there and see?
Rahul, there is a tremendous pressure building up within the Uttar Pradesh Congress. Several UP Congress leaders have been urging Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka, that they should not have, boycotted the Prana Pratishtha ceremony. And now some correctives are required because that has terribly affected the image of the Congress in Uttar Pradesh. And that is the reason why the correction has to be done. The whole problem is Rahul just did not ensure the party did not attend the Prana Pratishtha. He even questioned the very ceremony. He even questioned the sanctity of the temple, calling it entirely an RSS affair. So many things that has been said by Rahul Gandhi about the very credibility of a temple there. When all this happened under the orders of the Supreme Court, after settlement of the problem, and several political leaders, community leaders, including those of the Congress, had welcomed it. Even you would have seen after the Prana Pratishtha was done, several Uttar Pradesh Congress leaders went to the new temple to offer their prayers. So if at all, but I still doubt whether Rahul will heed to this advice, because having taken such a strong stand against the concept of the Ram temple in Ayodhya, I still doubt, because this time the focus is still on the minority vote. See, that's a big problem. Of course, Kerala elections are over, but I don't think Rahul will actually, pay heed to this request. But there is definitely a pressure building up, wanting the Gandhi siblings to do a big correction. Of course, this correction will also involve a lot of political rhetoric again.
And why do you think? And why do you think, Mr. Shekhar Iyer, Rahul Gandhi delayed announcement?
Well, I think. See, this time the situation was Wayanad has proven to be a very, very tough nut to crack. Compared to 2019, this time any impression that he would again contest from Amethi would have been simply used by Pinarayi more than BJP to tell the voters in Wayanad that there is no point in wasting vote on Rahul. Because, and also Rahul, there is a lot of speculation as to why Rahul did not stay for the last few days in Wayanad. Because no Lok Sabha candidate ever leaves it on the last day. Or, I mean, definitely ensures that he or she is present on the last day before the last hour of the campaign. But this time there is some kind of a strange thing which it is being talked about in Wayanad as to why Rahul left Wayanad 2 days before the campaign came to close and sent Priyanka to do the last hour campaign. There is a lot of speculation on this.
Commitment is an issue, and it has been an issue raised by Annie Raja in Wayanad. Rahul is not from here. Rahul is treating this as a stepney, as a fallback seat, and if he were to win tomorrow from Amethi, he'll go back to Amethi and dump Wayanad. That is what is being said. But Dr. Chaudhary, before I go to Tehseen Poonawalla, let me ask you, Dr. Chaudhary, it's very important. Many people are saying that the fact that Akhilesh has suddenly decided to contest from Kannauj, though he might even still cancel because in the SP they've done it about 8 or 9 times. Raebareli Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Amethi shows that there is something that these people are sensing on the ground and therefore they have now got the confidence. Do you see it this way?
देखिए, रायबरेली और अमेठी से पहले मैं जाना चाहूँगा वायनाड। जैसा कि अय्यर साहब ने कहा कि वायनाड में इसलिए उन्होंने तब तक घोषणा नहीं कर रहे हैं क्योंकि वहाँ पर तकरीबन 60% वोटर्स आर मुस्लिम्स एंड he chose Wayanad due to Muslim vote. Otherwise, why he had shifted from सीधे नॉर्थ से साउथ जा रहे हैं? दूसरी बात, अमेठी गांधी परिवार के लिए ऐसा नहीं है कि वहां पर लोग हारे नहीं है। स्मृति जी ने उनको हराया है, उससे पहले संजय गांधी भी हार चुके हैं। सिमिलरली रायबरेली में भी इंदिरा गांधी को राजनारायण ने हराया हुआ है, अशोक सिंह ने बीजेपी के उन्होंने कांग्रेस को हराया हुआ है। तो सवाल यह है कि इन दोनों सीट को लेके यदि इतना कॉन्फिडेंट थे तो सोनिया जी को राजस्थान से राज्यसभा क्यों भेजा गया? कारण यह था कि विक्ट्री मार्जिन 20% से नीचे आ गया था 2019 में। तो गांधी परिवार को यह डर है मन में कि जो सोनिया का 40% रहता था विक्ट्री मार्जिन 50% रहता है, आखिर वो 17% पर क्यों आया? डर है कहीं कि हम फिर से हार न जाएं।
Tehseen Poonawalla, let me ask you this. If supposing Rahul Gandhi wins in Amethi by some dint of fate, will he give up Wayanad?
So
or will he give up Amethi?
Let me make this extremely clear, Rahul. Extremely clear. Rahul Gandhi is not just winning Wayanad, he will win whichever other seat he contests from, if he contests Amethi, and take the victory margin by over 3 lakh votes in Amethi if he contests. 3
Which
lakh
one will
votes.
he give up?
Whoever.
Which one will he give up?
Watch. We are not revealing our strategies on
Oh,
Rahul.
why?
So
Don't you think Wayanad voters need to know?
Don't you think? Did Modi ji
I
tell you
have
which
a
one he was
theory.
giving up, Vadodara or Varanasi, before he decided? Did Modi ji tell you? Why didn't this question ask Modi ji? We have our strategy like Modi ji had this in 2014. Give us a little bit of room space. But believe you me, Rahul will be the first to bring
No, but
this
it's a
forward.
legitimate question to ask because this is not the first
Of
time he's
course it is.
contesting 2 seats. Mr. Modi,
Yeah, but-
Mr. Modi told you, and after that has stuck with Varanasi and now calls it his Karam Bhumi. I'm asking you, which is Rahul Gandhi's Karam Bhumi going forward, Wayanad or Amethi?
Rahul Gandhi's Karam Bhumi is the Bharat
No. Come on.
From Kashmir
You
to
cannot.
Kanyakumari,
You see, you're taking.
from Nagaland to
You're
Gujarat.
taking both set of voters now for granted, and you know this is not the kind of answer that anyone would give. You have to
Amethi
answer.
voters have been taken for granted by
I'm
the
asking
MP of Amethi.
you. I'm asking you, Tehseen Poonawalla,
Can I-
which of the 2 seats will he? Which of the 2 seats will he give up?
I am telling you, Rahul Shiv Shankar, you will break it, but we are not revealing our strategy on CNN News 18 as much as we want to.
Viewers,
And no one will get injustice.
This
This is an
is
election
this
for
is
justice.
Tehseen
Yeah.
Poonawalla speaking. He is close to the Gandhi family. He is not talking through his hat. This is a serious question. Yes,
I
Charupatia,
never
why are
talk
you
through my hat. I
why are
talk
you
with my
smiling?
brains.
Why are you
I
smiling?
never talk to my hat, I only talk to my brains.
Yes,
Okay.
so this is So the truth is that all is not well in the paradise of the Gandhi Vadra family. Since Robert Vadra started saying he would like to contest Amethi, I think the Gandhi siblings are a little shaken up. Till now there has been no talk of Amethi. In fact, we've gone hoarse asking him again and again, why abandon Amethi? You used to contest from there for the longest time, called it your family seat even, but you abandoned it. In fact, you geographically went south, ideologically went left and put down the people of Amethi and the love they have shown for you for generations. Now, I think it is insecurity creeping in. Also, Rahul, do you remember anybody else in the Congress making a comment on Robert Vadra wanting to contest from Amethi?
Quick
I
one.
didn't hear anything
Tehseen
at all.
Poonawala.
Anything.
Quick response.
Pin drop silence.
Pin drop silence. Quick one. Tehseen Poonawala.
No, why pin drop silence? Robert proved he's a humble person like anybody else. The party will decide. He could have taken a ticket. He showed his humility. And if Robert contests, they'll win by 2 lakh votes. If Rahul Gandhi contests, 3 lakh votes. If a Sadharan Karyakarta was 50,000. Amethi,
So why hasn't this seat then been announced till now?
Because it's a
Itna
strategy.
confidence.
It
What
happened
strategy?
after Wayanad, I'm telling you.
What
They're
strategy?
deciding the
What is the
margin.
strategy? Tell us the strategy.
Yeah.
The strategy, viewers, is to keep the
Magicians never
voters
reveal
of
their
is to keep the voters of Wayanad guessing. Shekhar Iyer, am I wrong?
Why?
Am I wrong? Am
No.
I being mischievous here?
No, you are absolutely right. I mean, I can make one guess that if Rahul wins Amethi, he will forget Wayanad. But if Rahul loses Wayanad, he will forget Wayanad. And if Rahul loses Amethi again, I think he will forget contesting elections for some time.
Well, viewers, this is a fascinating strategic tightrope walk that Tehseen Poonawala is making his in-law undertake. Decisions must be made in the interest of transparency. Look, viewers, there are people in Wayanad who don't want to vote, waste their vote. There are main and very relevant issues in Wayanad that need representation. Can Rahul Gandhi take Wayanad voters for granted by floating this balloon and not telling them that if I am to win Amethi, I will choose it? Viewers, fundamental questions. I'll take a short break.
Big news breaks and the biggest newsmakers. It's a prime time like no other. 6 p.m. Plain Speak with Shivani Gupta.
It's time to say it as it is.
7 p.m. The Hard Facts with Rahul Shivshankar.
When the facts speak for themselves, just like that.
8 p.m. The Right Stand with Anand Narsiman.
Where India comes first, always.
9 p.m. Saga Jacob on Brass Tags.
Where the big stories are simplified bite by bite.
Only on CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. 6 to 10 p.m. Weeknights on CNN News 18.
Madam ji. At the Ratibar village in Bhopal district, we have caught up with a group of women to try and understand what their issues are this election season. अम्मा ये बताइए, आप ससुराल है ये गांव आपका, शादी हो?
इनकी भी ससुराल, मेरी भी ससुराल, और जे हमारी दुल्हन है इनकी ससुराल और जे की ससुराल.
अच्छा, तो आप जब शादी होकर इस गांव में आई, तब से लेकर अब तक पानी की समस्या आप लोगों की कैसी रही है?
सही पानी की समस्या है. हमने शुरू से ऐसी देखी, क्योंकि हम जहाँ भागनो पानी का पानी नहीं मिले. अब अभी बोर है गई, बिन में से थोड़ा बहुत पानी भरा और फुर्सत कहाँ भागे आप.
ये बड़े बड़े ड्रम्स जो यहाँ रखे हुए हैं, ये ड्रम आपको पानी भर के रखना पड़ता है, खुद जाती है भरने के लिए? कितनी दूर?
तो हमें तो जहाँ भर बेकार. अब तो घरे नल आने लगे, अब वे उतने ही यहाँ नल तो थोड़े बहुत ही हम लोग खर्चे ही नहीं पूरे हो पा.
आपके यहाँ तो मैंने देखा पाइप लगा हुआ है, अब शुरू हो गए नल?
जरूर पानी वो तो यहाँ सोई है.
मगर पानी बस 10 मिनट चलता है, 10-20 मिनट, इतना भी, इतने से ज्यादा नहीं चलता है.
तो पानी की समस्या है?
पानी की तो बहुत ज्यादा ही है इस गाँव में. पानी के लिए बहुत भटकना पड़ता है.
अच्छा, बिजली?
बिजली भी आती जाती रहती है.
बट रहती है.
बिजली तो खूब रही है.
बिजली
तो अच्छे से है.
अच्छा.
अब वो तो कोई काम चले जब तो वो बिजली जाइए, वरना बिजली तो 24 घंटा रही.
अच्छा, और दूसरा आपके गांव में, आपके बच्चे तो खैर छोटे हैं, बट गांव में जो लड़के लड़कियां 12वीं तक पढ़ गए हैं या कॉलेज तक पढ़ गए हैं, उनको नौकरियां मिल जाती हैं आसानी से?
नहीं मिलती।
तो क्या करते हैं?
नहीं मिल रही भाई, 3 मेरे ही बेटे
कोई प्राइवेट जॉब कर लेता है, कोई कुछ कर लेता है, कोई टीचर बन जाता है 2-2 ढाई हजार में यहीं पे, बस यही होता है, नौकरी नहीं मिलती।
किस तरह की नौकरियां ढूंढते हैं वो लोग? सरकारी ढूंढते हैं या प्राइवेट से भी खुश रहते हैं?
ढूंढते तो सरकारी है पर मिलती नहीं है ना।
बट प्राइवेट नौकरी वो मिल जाती है?
वो भी नहीं मिलती, कर लेते पर जुगाड़ लग जाती है।
कहीं को कॉलेज में जा रहा, कहीं को कहीं जा रहा, यहाँ से हो तो रही है,
मजदूरी कर रहा। हाँ,
मतलब पढ़े लिखे बच्चे भी जिन्होंने 12वीं किया हुआ या कॉलेज किया हुआ, वो मजदूरी कर रहे हैं।
10वीं 12वीं सब ऐसे ही कर रहा है।
कोई ने डेयरी खोल ली दूध की, ऐसे ही करता।
अब का कर कुछ धंधो तो करेगा भी।
ये बताइए, थोड़े दिनों पहले शिवराज सिंह चौहान, जो जिनको आप सब लोग मामा जी कहते हैं, उन्होंने एक लाडली बहना योजना शुरू की थी। उसका कितना लाभ मिलता है आपको? मिलता है कुछ पैसा आता है?
हमें नहीं मिले, बिल नहीं मिले, तो मिले नहीं, अपन पेंशन मिलेगी तो अभी तो मिलेगी, तो अभी नहीं मिली, तुमने फॉर्म नहीं भरो। अभी सबको चुकल रहा है।
अच्छा, आपको नहीं मिली?
नहीं मिली,
आपको अभी तक पैसा नहीं
मिली,
मिला? पर आपको मिला है?
हमें सब मिल रहा है, पेंशन मिल रही है हमरे कहा जी, और ये लाडली बहना नहीं मिल रहा है पैसा।
आपको जी मिल रहा है लाडली बहना?
हमें 600 रुपए मिल रहे हैं।
कितने आते हैं?
12,500
1250 आते हैं। और आप लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट में आते हैं?
जी।
अच्छा, बीच में ये बात कही गई थी कि वो 1250 रुपए जो है वो बढ़ा दिए जाएंगे, तो आपको इस बारे में उम्मीद है कि बढ़ जाएगा या इतने में?
तो पहले 1000 आया, 1200 हो गए।
नहीं, अब लगता तो नहीं है कि बढ़ पाएंगे।
आपको नहीं लगता?
नहीं।
पर आपको उम्मीद है कि बढ़ना चाहिए?
बढ़ना चाहिए, मगर अब देखते हैं क्या होता है।
अच्छा, ये जो पैसा आपके अकाउंट में आता है, महिलाओं के खाते में पैसा आता है, तो इससे कितना फर्क पड़ जाता है?
Viewers, you're watching the Hard Facts. We are live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Primetime Studio.
The big news breaks and the biggest newsmakers. It's a prime time like no other. 6 p.m. Plain Speak with Shivani Gupta.
It's time to say it as it is.
7 p.m. The Hard Facts with Rahul Shivshankar.
When the facts speak for themselves, just like that.
8 p.m. The Right Stand with Anand Narsiman.
Where India comes first, always.
9 p.m. Saga Jacob on Brass Tags.
Where the big stories are simplified bite by bite.
Only on CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. 6 to 10 p.m. Weeknights on CNN News 18. Co-powered by
At the Ratibar village in Bhopal district, we have caught up with a group of women to try and understand what their issues are this election season. अम्मा ये बताइए, आप ससुराल है ये गांव आपका, शादी हो?
इनकी भी ससुराल, मेरी भी ससुराल, और जे हमारी दुल्हन है इनकी भी ससुराल, और जे की ससुराल।
अच्छा, तो आप जब शादी होकर इस गांव में आई, तब से लेकर अब तक पानी की समस्या आप लोगों की कैसी रही है?
सही पानी की समस्या आई, हमने शुरू से ऐसी देखी, क्योंकि हम जहाँ भागनो पानी का पानी नहीं मिले। अब अभी बोर है गई, इनमें से थोड़ा बहुत पानी भरा और फुर्सत कहाँ भागे आप?
ये बड़े बड़े ड्रम्स जो यहाँ रखे हुए हैं, ये ड्रम आपको पानी भर के रखना पड़ता है? खुद जाती है भरने के लिए? कितनी दूर?
तो हमें तो जहाँ भर बेकार, अब तो घरे ना लान लगे, अब वे उतने ही यहाँ नल तो थोड़े बहुत ही, हम लोग खर्चे ही नहीं पूरे हो पा।
आपके यहाँ तो मैंने देखा पाइप लगा हुआ है, अब शुरू हो गया नल?
है जरूर, पानी तो यहाँ सोई है।
हाँ, मगर पानी बस 10 मिनट चलता है, 10-20 मिनट, इतना भी, इतने से ज्यादा नहीं चलता है।
तो पानी की समस्या है?
पानी की तो बहुत ज्यादा ही है इस गाँव में, पानी के लिए बहुत भटकना पड़ता है।
अच्छा, बिजली?
बिजली भी आती जाती रहती है,
बट रहती है?
बिजली तो खूब रही है,
बिजली
तो अच्छे से है।
अच्छा,
अब वो तो कोई काम चले जब तो वो बिजली जाइए, मन्ना बिजली तो 24 घंटा रही।
अच्छा, और दूसरा आपके गांव में, आपके बच्चे तो खैर छोटे हैं, बट गांव में जो लड़के लड़कियां 12वीं तक पढ़ गए हैं या कॉलेज तक पढ़ गए हैं, उनको नौकरियां मिल जाती हैं आसानी से?
नहीं मिलती।
तो क्या करते हैं?
नहीं मिल रही भाई, 3 मेरे ही बेटे
कोई प्राइवेट जॉब कर लेता है, कोई कुछ कर लेता है, कोई टीचर बन जाता है 2-2 ढाई हजार में यहीं पे, बस यही होता है, नौकरी नहीं मिलती।
किस तरह की नौकरियां ढूंढते हैं वो लोग? सरकारी ढूंढते हैं या प्राइवेट से भी खुश रहते हैं?
ढूंढते तो सरकारी है पर मिलती नहीं है ना।
बट प्राइवेट नौकरी वो मिल जाती है?
वो भी नहीं मिलती, कर लेते पर जुगाड़ लग जाती है,
कहीं को कॉलेज में जा रहा, कहीं को कहीं जा रहा है, यहाँ से हो तो रही
कोई
है।
मजदूरी कर रहा। हाँ,
मतलब पढ़े लिखे बच्चे भी जिन्होंने 12वीं किया हुआ या कॉलेज किया हुआ वो मजदूरी करते
जी 10वीं 12वीं सब ऐसे ही कर रहा है।
कोई ने डेयरी खोल ली दूध की, ऐसे करता।
अब का करे, कुछ धंधो तो करेगा भी।
हैं। ये बताइए, थोड़े दिनों पहले शिवराज सिंह चौहान, जो जिनको आप सब लोग मामा जी कहते हैं, उन्होंने एक लाडली बहना योजना शुरू की थी। उसका कितना लाभ मिलता है आपको? मिलता है कुछ पैसा आता?
हमें नहीं मिले, बिल नहीं मिले हमें। तो मिले नहीं, अपने पेंशन मिलेगी तो अभी तो मिले ही नहीं। तो अभी नहीं मिली, तुमने फॉर्म नहीं भरोगे? अभी सब कुछ कर रहा है।
अच्छा, आपको नहीं मिली?
नहीं मिली,
आपको अभी तक पैसा नहीं
नहीं
मिला
मिली,
उसका। पर आपको मिला है?
हमें सब मिल रहा है, पेंशन मिल रही है हमरे काज, और ये लाडली बहना नहीं मिल रहा है पैसा।
आपको जी मिल रहा है लाडली बहना?
हमें 600 रुपए मिल रहे हैं।
कितने आते हैं? 1250 आते हैं। और आप लोगों के बैंक अकाउंट में आते हैं?
जी।
अच्छा, बीच में ये बात कही गई थी कि वो 1250 रुपए जो है वो बढ़ा दिए जाएंगे, तो आपको इस बारे में उम्मीद है कि बढ़ जाएगा या इतने में
तो पहले 1000 आया, 1200 हो गए।
नहीं, अब लगता तो नहीं है कि बढ़ पाएंगे।
आपको नहीं लगता?
नहीं।
पर आपको उम्मीद है कि बढ़ना चाहिए?
बढ़ना चाहिए, मगर अब देखते हैं क्या होता है।
अच्छा, ये जो पैसा आपके अकाउंट
This is CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Prime Time Studio.
Namaste, Jai Hind, and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. We are coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Prime Time Studio. A whole new integrated experience for all our viewers through this election season. This is just day one, ladies and gentlemen. There is so much more that is lined up for you, and we are looking forward to this partnership with Federal Bank here at our Prime Time Studios. The CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Prime Time Studios. Let's get to the big story here on this edition of The Right Stand. The 2024 Lok Sabha elections witnessing intense and high-octane campaigns by political parties, especially the BJP, spearheaded by Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. And this change of tone and tenor and getting aggressive at the opposition's manifesto and intent has happened post-phase 1. Prime Minister Modi launching a multi-pronged attack at the Congress party and its manifesto, from wealth redistribution to this entire